Hey guys, Mitch Hellman here, and welcome to another recap of Bloomberg Intelligence and Sandhills Global Dealer Survey. We really appreciate all the dealers that participated this quarter. Bloomberg Intelligence and Sandhills Global work closely together to better understand what dealers are seeing across the market. Bringing together Bloomberg's market intelligence along with Sandhills Global's industry data and dealer insights, we're able to provide a unique look into the equipment trends that include inventory levels, pricing, demand, and the overall market sentiment. The most valuable part of this survey is the direct input we receive from the dealers. Every quarter, we invite dealers from across North America to anonymously share what they're seeing in their local markets. Those responses help us create a more complete picture of where the industry is today and where it may be headed next. Now let me introduce you to Chris Cellino with Bloomberg Intelligence. Chris and I will walk through this quarter's results and highlight some of the key trends emerging across ag, construction, and the transportation markets.
Great, thanks, Mitch. I'm Chris Cellino, Senior U.S. Machinery Analyst here for Bloomberg Intelligence. I cover the agricultural, construction equipment, and commercial vehicle markets on the equity side, and look forward to our discussion today, Mitch.
From a high level, what was the overall trends that you saw in the construction market?
Yeah, the North American construction equipment conditions continue to gradually improve, though dealers remain guarded on the pace of a recovery. Sentiment was broadly stable in 2Q, with 56% indicating market conditions were relatively unchanged from the prior quarter. Elevated interest rates, tariffs, higher fuel and trucking costs, as well as the geopolitical uncertainty have tempered some of the enthusiasm around a 26 recovery. Still, 35% expect the market will get better over the next year. That's down slightly from 39% in 1Q, while 47% anticipate conditions will remain stable.
You know, as far as demand, what are you seeing right now?
Demand in the second quarter actually seemed quite encouraging. Sales strengthened modestly, up mid-single digits, with 71% of dealers reporting that 2Q either met or exceeded expectations. That's up from 66%, which we saw last quarter. The growth continues to be driven by earth-moving and compact equipment. We also saw orders improve during the quarter, and the rental market strengthened, with rental rates stabilizing, utilization was rising, and fleets expanding. But I'd say, despite some of these positive developments, dealers were more cautious on the outlook. About 48% expect their new equipment sales to increase in 26. That's down from nearly 56% in 1Q.
We've been watching inventory levels pretty closely over the last several months. What would you say that's telling us right now?
Construction equipment inventories were largely stable to slightly lower in 2Q. 41% of dealers reported really no change from the prior quarter, and 33% indicated a decrease. Roughly 67% said that their inventory levels are adequate relative to customer demand. That's up from 58% in 1Q. Though OEMs, appear to be pushing dealers to take on more inventory, which there appears to be limited appetite for in this environment.
We watch the used inventory levels pretty closely in this market. What are you seeing right now with the new versus the used and some of the trends that are happening?
I'd say the trends we're seeing in the used market are broadly consistent with what we saw in new. Dealers reported used sales were up kind of mid-high single digits on average in 2Q, with 53% saying sales were in line with their expectations. Pricing rose modestly, and incentive activity kind of held steady. Inventories also seem to be in reasonable shape, again, relative to customer demand, and they're expected to, kind of remain at similar levels into 3Q. So steady improvement in the used market.
Chris, thanks again for sharing your insights and helping us better understand what dealers are experiencing across the industry.
Great. Thank you, Mitch, and thank you, dealers, for your participation. We look forward to seeing you next quarter.
I also want to thank everyone who participated in this quarter survey. Your feedback is truly what makes this research possible. If you didn't have a chance to participate this quarter, please reach out to your Sandhills rep so you can join us in the future surveys as we continue to build one of the industry's most valuable reoccurring benchmarks. I encourage you to download the complete dealer survey report for a deeper look at the results and to share with others within your organization. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next quarter.